Morning everybody, how are we all doing? Well, good morning, good afternoon, whatever time it is in your location. Today, a different kind of video. So a lot of you guys may or may not know, but I have a deep interest in valeting and detailing. I actually set up my own garage here at home to do my own projects here at home and not have to go anywhere. I've been doing it now for a couple of years, I'd say about 5 or 6 years. Ever since I got into cars, I kind of got into the valeting end of things. And ever since then it's just progressed into what I have here now today. And for a change I'm going to do the lorry because it's been dying for a wash. I've been dying to get it home because I want to do a bit of machine polishing on it. I need to bring the tanks up to scratch because they've never been polished since I've got the truck. And all in all, just needs a good thorough clean on the outside because it was never done properly since I've got it. It's only been quick washed here and there, a bit of tire shine and away it goes. So today we're going to go into full detail and clean this truck completely and thoroughly on the outside. I'm not going to do anything on the inside this week because we'll be here for 2 weeks filming, so I'm just going to stick to the outside and I'm going to show you what I use, how I do it, and hopefully you like this kind of thing. And before we get started, if you're looking to promote any of your chemicals or cleaning products, please do drop me an email and we can talk about getting them involved in the videos, and the email address will be down here below. So yeah, let's get stuck in. And first of all, I'm going to show you is my gear and what I use to clean trucks and cars and whatever I have walk through the doors up here. So let's go. First of all, I had to release the doggies because she loves barking. Right, so that's the truck. If you haven't seen any movie videos before, it's a Volvo FH 540 XL cab, air all round, gearbox retarder, blah blah blah, all the spec on the truck. I'll talk through that in a minute, but this is my home garage. Zoom out the camera here. There's Daisy. So this is my home garage. This is a 30 foot by 20 foot shed, or 6 meters by 9 meters. I've recently got the garage floor all rib tiled, and they are from Garage Goals, i.e. if you go back a couple of videos you'll see us installing this, but not much has changed since I got the flooring done, simply because the money end of things and how expensive it is to do everything. But we're slowly getting there. So I'm going to talk you through all the gear I use, what I have on site here at the minute. Now, this is my petrol power washer. Literally, you can pick this up here in Woodies. They're literally like 200 or 300 quid. They're a great machine for the price of them. Like, you can get adjustable hose rails and stuff like that. You can get longer ones and you can get a better nozzle. However, this is just what I'm using at the minute because I am going to upgrade this whole setup. I'm going to have a whole wall mounted system with a detachable hose reel that can go out to 50 foot outside here, and then I can do everything here, and then all where this stone is here, that's all going to be concreted, and I'm going to have a drain put in the middle of it so I can do stuff more professionally here. But for the minute, this is what I have. So this is my wet and dry vac. This is a triple motor. I don't know actually the particular brand of it, but I got it out of Reflect Auto Care about 3 or 4 years ago now, before I bought the house anyway. And it's a fabulous machine. Like, there's serious suction out of it. And to be honest with you, it's kind of a bit clunky for doing your everyday wet vacuum. Like, you know, I am going to upgrade to a smaller machine eventually, but this is just grand for the minute. I'm just going to use this as the shop vac then. Use it purely just for vacuuming and nothing else. And then here's my products. I do have other stuff, but it's all put away somewhere else. But this is just all my main chemicals that I use. And there's a couple of bottles of stuff. Like, don't mind any of the bottles. None of the colours or anything mean anything. Like, everything in these bottles are all different. I just know what they all are. There's a couple of polishes and bug remover and just random bits and pieces that I've collected over the years. And then this is my little workstation here for the minute, and my toolbox. And there's some truck curtains and pelmets and floor mats. Anyone's in the market for curtains and pelmets, drop me a message on Instagram. I've got stuff for sale. But anyway, this is just some of the light stuff I have. I have other stuff put away. And I also bought this brand new Max Shine machine polisher literally a couple of weeks ago. So that's what I'll be using to give the cab a polish up and the tanks a polish up. There's a couple of detailing brushes that I have. Now, everyone does wonder, where do you get these detailing brushes? Literally download an app called Wish, and you can buy like 5 or 6 of them, all different variations, for like 5 or 6 quid. Don't be spending stupid money on detailing brushes unless you're doing it professionally. What have I got in the little fridge there? Literally just a couple of sealants, like a Sonac sealant. That's just for when you do machine polish a car. You put this on a foam pad, brush it over the car. It's kind of like, it's not like ceramic. it's just a sealant to protect your paint once you machine polished it. And yeah, I'll rip through all these chemicals. So that's snow foam, that's wet wax, like Polar Seal, or what's the stuff called? Aqua Seal, that AutoSmart uses. That is TFR, so traffic film remover. That's another like heavy duty snow foam for commercial use. That's more foam. That's acid. That's glass cleaner, and then that's bio blue. That's carpet cleaner. And I've got some smaller stuff here like tar and glue, polish, tire shine, quick detailer, like all these little bits and pieces. And there's some new products that I'm testing out myself. And again, if you want to be featured in the video, any of your products, drop me a message, because nothing's gone for free around here anymore. So this is actually my own truck. If you haven't watched any of the videos before, this is my daily truck I use every day of the week for work. I've been to Holland in it, been to Germany, Belgium, I've been all around Ireland in it so far. It's 3 months old, and she just needs that little extra bit of gloss, because when I got it, the paintwork is in good condition, like it's as it would come from factory. And most trucks don't come with like magnificent paint anyway. It's only like this thing called 2-pack paint, but this is the upgraded paint compared to just the standard 2-pack white. So she's an FH 540. I'll show you just the inside over here. That's just my seat bases, and then it's the inside. Just a bit of rubbish. Other than that, I actually only cleaned it out there the other day. There's my grand floor mats. So yeah, that's the inside of it. It's my curtains. So to start off with, I'm going to start off with a little rinse. I'm also going to put out some iron remover on the alloy wheels. Now they're Alcoa alloy wheels. You're not meant to put acidic wheel cleaner on it. You're meant to put a pH neutral wheel cleaner on it. And that's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use iron out. So it basically just removes all the iron particles. It's not acidic at all. So you'll see the wheels go purple. And then I'm going to rinse down the outside. I'm going to use this new foam that I got. And I'm going to rinse it down. It does say now with this foam that I don't have to brush it down, but I brush down all the time. Don't believe any of that contactless stuff, even if it is very good. I still, if you have a brush it down. A lot of people will say, a lot of people will say that you shouldn't really be brushing down. Like if you want to protect your paint, you should be using a brush. But with commercials, you need to use a brush. Look at the size of that thing. You'd be all day hand washing that. So I'm going to do a brush down, quick rinse, foam it down, and clean the wheels, and then see where we are after that. But I'd have with the wheels first, because once you do your wheels and the wheels are clean, you can work on the bodywork then, and you don't have to worry about the wheels afterwards other than drying them. So yeah, let's get started. You alright there? It's hard to get anything done with her around. Right, we'll get started into it. We'll get the power hose hooked up and we'll start cleaning the wheels first. What I use to clean the wheels, I just have a wheel wand from McGuire's. That's all foam, so I won't scratch it. And use a bucket with water to rinse it. I don't know what I'm saying here, but you'll see. So what I'm about to do here now is spray on the iron remover. Once the wheels are like cool, wet, and I've got most of the top debris off, and I'm going to spray this stuff on it. And when I spray it on it, you'll see the wheels start to turn purple because there will be a lot of brake dust on them. And then once they've been sprayed down, I'm going to rinse them off, and then I'm going to wash them with soap. So let's get stuck in. So we're going for a closer inspection. You can see the wheels are slowly starting to turn purple. And the reason I rinse them down is because there is a lot of heavy dirt already on these, and you don't need the chemical to be doing any more work than it really should be supposed to be doing. Like you can see, there's still a few remnants of dirt on there, but once you get the majority of it off, let the chemical do the work, and then you can rinse it off. You see the bits and pieces starting to go purple. There's not too much iron on them because I do clean these wheels regularly, but I'm just giving you as a vague idea what it should look like. Now what you can do for especially the super single wheels is that all these little holes here are a bit tricky to get into, either with a sponge or a wheel wand or a barrel brush. So easy thing to do is get yourself a detailing brush, plonk her in the water, and then just go at her with the detailing brush in all the places you couldn't reach with the sponge. Now this is a lot of detail to go into for a truck. Anyone that owns a truck really knows this, or drives a truck knows the crack. But if you really want to get into it and you want to do a show detail, or you want to get it ready for a show, this is unfortunately what you have to do. Is to get in to all the nooks and crannies with the hubs and just scrub the life out of it. Right, so as we can see, that's all the Alcoa's, absolutely spotless. We'll do the tyres after because the foam I use cleans the rubber too, because it's traffic film remover. So it'll take off all the dirt off the top of the rubber. I'm not going to use any external chemical for the tyres because otherwise it'll get on the Alcoa's, you know. So here's the back of it all covered in this really thick grime. Like that happens now, that's like all the salt from the roads, because this was spotless, believe it or not, on like Wednesday. It's now bank holiday Monday, and as soon as it rains all that shit gets stuck to the cab, you know. So there's all the wheels clean. So I'm going to do two separate washes. So one, I'm going to rinse down the cab with the foam I have, the TFR, and then I'm going to rinse it down, and then I'm going to refoam. I'm going to strip the side skirts here and then refoam the inside all around the tanks and all around here, because I need to get the tanks clean in order to polish them. But yeah, that's the wheels done. So the wheels out of the way now, I can focus on the cab. I don't have to worry about the wheels afterwards. I've actually changed my mind. I'm actually going to let the foam dwell on it for a couple of minutes, and I'm going to rinse it off and see what finish it gives me, and then I might go back in with another contact wash. But I'm going to see what the manufacturers have to say for themselves, because they did tell me with this specific formula to dilute it from 1 to 4. So 1 part foam and then the rest water for the mixture for the snow foam cannon. So I'm going to leave it sit on it there for a second and see what it does, and then we'll just power hose it off and see if it gives us a good finish or not. Now, I'm going to say this here now, near enough to start the video. I am not an expert in any of this, so if you're a detailer and you say, that's not the way to do things, you're meant to do it this way, you're meant to do it that way, that's completely up to you. That's the worst thing about detailing, is everyone has an opinion and everyone has a different way of doing it. This is just the way I do it. I get great results from it, and I like the way I do it. It suits me. So yeah, we'll rinse this off here now in a second and see what finish we're left with, and then we'll go back in with a contact wash. So now as the majority of the truck washed down, I just have to do the last side over here. And what I didn't show you there a second ago is because I actually started cleaning the tanks without filming it, of course. So what I did was a bit of Iron X all on the back mud guards, because all the diesel and stuff like that would have a lot of iron sulfur in it. So this is the last side, and you know what, I was about to quickly blame the chemical for my issue here of it not rinsing off, but it's actually my snow foam bottle. It's actually not oxygenating enough, as you can see, like in the time lapse that I just put up there, that like it's coming out really watery. And I've been having that problem with that snow foam bottle the past while, but especially with that chemical over there, it's not acting up properly. So I'm definitely gonna have to invest in a new snow foam bottle and maybe some more chemical. But anyway, as you can see, there's the Iron X remover working its way around there. I'm going to spray a bit more up there because that was just from chains that were sitting up on top of it. So once I wash down this side, then I can get the dry in it, and then I'm going to decontaminate. I'm going to get rid of the bits and pieces of tar that are around the place. So like this dirty side, clean side. All the mud guards are all done, all inside or in the back along the catwalk. And I actually removed the side skirts and done inside the tank, just in prep for them to be lightly polished on top. I just have to do the back. So what you just see me spraying that little yellow bottle was wet wax, so it helps you dry. As you can see, like the water's beating a bit better now off it. Now I'm obviously not going to get all the way up there, but this is just a quick going over. But it leaves the water nice sitting on top of it, so it's easier to dry off. However, I'm actually not going to dry this off because I'm going to do a small bit of clay barring around here and around here, just to get any decontaminants off before I start machine polishing all here, just to get a nice buff on it and get a nice gloss to go with it, because as you can see there's a nice shine off it, but I think I could get it a bit better. So now my current clay bar of choice are just the Maguire's clay bars. Like you can get CarPro clay bars, you can get all these other fancy ones. However, I just find these are fine, they do the job for me, especially if you're on the budget end of things and you're not doing $1,000 details or valets or whatever. This just suits me grand. It takes out everything I wanted to take off and more, and you're left with a good finish on it. So I'm going to open a fresh one just for this truck, and I'm going to use a pretty go for the Maguire's quick detailer, just because I have a little bit left in this bottle. So I'm going to use this quick detailer and the clay bar. So this is going to act as the clay lubricant. You can get special clay lubricant, or you can use soapy water, but I find the quick detailer is just the handiest, and then when you wipe it off, it leaves a nice shine too. So yeah, we'll get stuck into it. And how to use a clay bar is very, very simple. My advice would be to split it in half, cut it in half, and use the first half at first, and then come back and use the second half, because if you use all the one brick at one time, the whole thing will be dirtier a lot quicker. So you save going through 2 clay bars at the one time. So that's what I'm going to use first. I'm going to cut this in half with the quick detailer, go around the bottom half of the truck, and then do the light bits up on the top. So the idea of this is here, so we'll do this part of the door section here. So lube up the area with your quick detailer, and then you get your clay bar and you just start scraping. Yeah, usually when you have your clay bar, you'll be able to feel the clay bar dragging if there is any contaminants on it. Now there is a very, very minute bit of contaminants on it, but very little, as the truck is so new. Now you could have went at this from new and spent the whole time detailing it, but trucks don't get that much love unless they are show trucks, because they do a purpose every day, not like a car that it does it just for more than one thing. This is literally just for one thing, if you know what I mean. So I don't know what I'm talking about. Talking shite. So get in there, get inside in the door. Yeah, flies are everywhere this time of the year, especially out here out in the countryside. So always have a microfiber handy, and then just wipe your panel clean then. It's See, it's not a problem. You can leave the truck wet when you're doing this, because it actually helps a little bit. Helps, like, you know, dilute the quick detailer down to what you need. Look at that. You can already see the shine on that just from using the clay bar alone. As I said to you already, there wasn't that much of a contaminant on it, but you can still see that there's a lovely shine left on it. So now I have to do all the rest of here and the side skirts. I don't think I'm going to bother with the mud guards because their paint is so light on them anyway. So I'm just going to stick to the cab and the side skirts. So I'm going to get the rest of the cab done here and then do the side skirts. As I was suspecting, there are very, very minute bits of tar. You can't really see them. You can see there's one big one there, but there are a couple of little minute bits of tar that the clay bar won't lift. So I am going to detar this side skirt. Up on the side here, it isn't bad at all. There's no tar really up here because these are actually the extended mud guards from Volvo. So they actually cover these panels all together. So there'd be little to no tar on these. Any tar that was on it came off with the clay bar. I still have to do this panel here, but I've seen all the tar on here, so this is a main going off order. I may detar this whole side skirt. And as you can see here, this is what the dirt lifts off from your bodywork. See, even when you think you're only washing the truck and it looks clean, this is still sitting on your paintwork. Look, that's it folded over. So you never know what's hiding beneath the surface. And that's just these couple of panels, those two panels along the side of the door. And this is a brand new truck, 3 months old, and it looks from here spotless. You would never know that that was on the paint, but when you go into little details like that, you really notice the difference. So if I'm ever inspecting a job before I do it, usually I treat every case differently. Like, so every vehicle I do, I look at them differently. I don't ever do a package or anything like that, you know, that kind of way. I don't ever say, oh, you definitely need, like, you know, a mini valet where you get the wash, the hoover, the quick wax on the outside and a bit of tire shine. I don't do that. I usually inspect the car the way it is. So first of all, I start with a wash and then inspect the paintwork, see if it needs a clay bar, see if it needs detarring, see if it needs a bit of machine polishing here and there, and I just go at it from there. Like, so I don't ever assume what a car or a truck may need. I kind of just go with it as I go on, and if I see it needs more stuff as I go on, then I just do it from there, because it's the easiest way to do things. You can't say to yourself every time this truck comes in you're going to have to clay bar it. That's not going to be the case. Sometimes you won't have to do it, sometimes you will. It's all about just gauging it. So I always start off with a very good thorough wash first and then inspect your vehicle, and you should know what it needs. I kind of knew what this truck needed anyway because I've been driving it since brand new, so I know fine well what it needs and what it doesn't need. So now, this should literally only be a matter of seconds before we can see. So here's one big part right here. Yeah, look, straight away you can see the tar starting to scar here. So I'm gonna spray it more over here. Yeah, you can see it's starting to pull over straight away. I'll do this whole panel. So there is a couple of more bits and pieces around here that you can't see, but you'll see it once it starts to bleed out. See? Stuff you'd never see. And the tar remover is very simple. You just wipe it down after. So you get yourself a microfiber. You just wipe it off. There's a lot hiding in there behind the indicators. Sometimes some bits of tar can be very stubborn and don't want to come off first time you rub them. Just give it another spray and go at it again. So seeing as it's a public holiday in Ireland, I'm going to have a quick Guinness and take a little break for a few minutes. But I just wanted to say to all the younger guys that may be watching this and are like, oh, I'd love to have all this, I'd love to have that, all the gear that I have. Like, currently now sitting here, I probably have about, I don't know, maybe 2.5, 3 grand worth of gear. All the equipment I use and all the other various different bits and pieces that go with valeting and detailing. But I was going to say, don't put any pressure on yourself. I got by for a long time with literally nothing, and the cheapest gear out. Halfords are, you know, Homestar more. Even still to this day, I still buy budget stuff. But on the machines and stuff, I try and spend a few quid more. that old power washer I have over there, but it's not that old. I bought it last year. I had one before that one, and it lasted me 4.5 years. And that's why I said I'd buy another one just for the time being until I get this shed all kitted out. So I want to get it all plumbed up here and have one of them Kranzle 7 machines here, and just use that because the petrol one is very, very loud, and I'm sure my neighbours aren't pleased with how loud it is. And then so that's why I turn it off every hour or two just to give it a break, you know what I mean? What I'm trying to say is, don't put loads of pressure on yourself to buy all the fanciest gear, because you don't need to spend all that money on all this gear. I got by for a very long time with the cheapest stuff. So yeah, just wanted to drop that in the video just before anyone gets away with themselves on it. So machine polishing, what I'm going to use is the Meguiar's Ultimate Liquid Wax. The Meguiar's Ultimate Wax, and I'm going to use my Max Shine dual action polisher with just a foam finishing head. I'm not going to go in with a cut or anything like that. I'm literally just going to bring up the outside with a wax, and just a 5-inch pad. So what you want to do with this before you start going anywhere is you want to prime it. So what you do is get some like mist quick detailer, give it a quick squirt across the top just so the pad is nice and damp, so would you say, and then you apply your product. So I'm going to mist this up here, put a bit of the wax on, and I'm going to go over a couple of panels on the doors and then see what finish we have. So let's go. Just, move the wax around. See the difference. It doesn't look too definitive, but you can tell in real life. You can hear that. No sound at all. That's what you want to hear. So now, next thing I'm going doing, attacking the top of these tanks. I already went at that over there. The machine polisher and the medium cutting pad. Now, gonna go for the tops of these and then down the sides. So, let's see what they look like. It on. Literally look, first wipe with the cloth, shine. Where if that was with white diamond, it takes just forever to get off, in my opinion now. I'm not saying that it's not a good product at all, but I just rather this auto gleam stuff. Look at that, literally one pass. Savage gear. Right now, so I've got the tanks on the top of the back of the lorry where I want it to be there now. As I was showing you, I'll step around to the main fuel tank here. And I have it like literally where I want it to be, without going near the catwalks, so you can see all in there. So I'm going to drive by, you get to see the pure shiny tank. These I'm going to leave for another day because I'm fairly sure I'm going to get them painted black in the next couple of weeks. So now what we're going to do is add all this side machine polished and tar and glue, remove the whole lot of this side here as well. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over the dressings. So I'm going to go over the whole lorry with quick detailer, wipe it down with quick detailer, then I'm going to tire shine the wheels, and then I'm going to clean the rims then after I do the tire shining, because the tire shining can get a bit messy. So we are very, very near the end, ladies and gentlemen. Now, for a tyre shine, there are a couple of different methods you can use. So you can go with one method and it will be gel. Now, preferably to me, gel goes on cars and not lorries because you use so much of this stuff on them wheels. Like you need this whole bottle just to do the tyres on that. So I'm not going to do that for the truck. What I'm going to use is this cheaper liquid tyre shine, silicone tyre shine. And what I do with them is I have a little bucket here and a paintbrush and I paint it on. So the reason why I do that is because number one, if you had a spray gun, you'd be and those tyres are huge, so you'd be at that all afternoon. So you pour some in the bucket, like I'm about to do here. You pour some in the bucket like so. And then you go and paint it onto the tyres. That's simple. So let's go and do that now. I'm gonna go paint the tyres, then after I'm gonna quick detail everything, quick detail the rims, quick detail the body, then I'm gonna clean the glass, and then I'm gonna dress all the plastics around the end. So this is from waxing the tank or polishing the tanks. So let's get stuck into that, paint the tyres. This is, to be honest with you, of all the things I've done in this entire video, tyre shining the wheels is definitely my favourite part because it makes the most dramatic change when you're doing something like this. So let's go do that now. Now, are you ready for this transformation? I'm gonna start filming here. So now that we've got the lorry tyre shined and everything, so you can see it there now. Lorry's all tyre shined up and ready for the second final stage. This is yeah, metal polish is hard to get off, and I forgot to wear my gloves when I started doing it. So now we're gonna do is gonna get some quick detail or some ceramic booster. So the stuff I have here, I'm not going to tell you what brand it is again because if you want me to promote it, it's going to cost you a few bob. But I've got this stuff here, and it's a ceramic booster from what it says. Just reading the description of it. I kind of bought this on a whim. I bought this off a recommendation from a friend of mine, and it was the same company that I got the snow foam from. Now, the snow foam that I use, I'm actually going to give it the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to use it again another time, maybe the next time I do one of these videos, and I'm going to get myself a different snow foam gun because that one I have, to be honest with you, I've had it a couple of years and it's gone crap. So I think I deserve a new one, and I'll probably end up buying a power washer the same day. Yeah, it's going to get expensive, but so I'm going to give the snow foam the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to say we'll come back next time to that one, and I'm going to use this ceramic booster. Now, I have, before the camera or anything like this, I have used this on a car of mine already, and I consider it to be very good. So I'm going to top this up, I'm going to do the cab, then I'm going to do all the rims, and then when I'm finished that, I'm going to do the glass, and then the plastics, and then we should be literally done, because I'm not doing any more today, because I've been at this since, what, 10 o'clock this morning, 11 o'clock this morning, and it's now 4 o'clock in the afternoon, so I may get at something else. Now, to be honest, I'm just giving this a go. I don't know how it's going to turn out. I don't know if it's going to come up with a shine on it because it's aluminium, but look, we give venting to go around here. Ooh. It's coming up shocking well. Now, I'm very happy to report that that is the end of this video. I'd like to thank you all very much for watching, and if there's any tips that you want to learn or anything like that, or any other vehicles you want to see me clean, or any HGVs, vans, anything like that, do drop a comment below, and we'll hopefully do it. Again, I was going to say thanks very much to myself for putting in 8 hours of hard work into the lorry. I'm sure it's going to piss rain the second I leave the house tomorrow, but it doesn't matter. It's all about having it clean at the minute, and when it's clean, you just want to sit back and look at it for hours. I'd sit there and stare at something even after cleaning for hours. I often do it. That's the biggest kick out of it for me, is the after. You know, looking at the before and after pictures, it's savage. So anyway, yeah, that's the end of the video. Thanks a million. If there's anyone that wants to get in contact and let me review their products, that'd be greatly appreciated. Again, drop it in the email below. And until next time, guys, thanks very much. I'll see you on the flip side. Good luck.